Yo, Midwest Talk, Midwest Influence Fitness. It's your boy Insane Lex. Fuck with me, YouTube and Instagram. Holla. Yo, what it do? Insane Lex, 1/3 of if you don't know, fanatical mass hoes. You know what I'm saying? Straight drop viral. You know what I'm saying? This is my first episode where I'm doing a little bit more talking for myself and giving my views on certain things that's going on in the world. You know what I mean? And I want to know if the people that's out there that's watching me can, you know what I'm saying, vibe with what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Milwaukee Brewers, though. You know what I'm saying? I am a, you know what I'm saying, Milwaukee representative. You know what I'm saying? Repping this Midwest. It's Midwest influence, Midwest influence fitness. You know what I'm saying? If you go on Instagram, you'll be able to find that Midwest underscore influence, Midwest underscore influence underscore fitness. You know what I'm saying? That's me, Insane Lex. But this is the first time that I want to get on here by myself and actually, you know what I'm saying, express my thoughts on how I feel, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. And I'm gonna keep coming with different episodes where I would take certain topics that I just want to feel, but I would love the feedback for anybody to just give me more feedback on what they think. Now, one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight was black reparations. You know what I mean? Like, we've all been hearing about reparations forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were supposed to get our 40 acres and a mule. You know what I'm saying? But we haven't really gotten that. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain things that I feel like I want to know, like, if any of you are familiar, you know what I'm saying? I think all of us have watched Dave Chappelle, the big comic. And he had an episode some years ago where they approved black reparations for blacks. And I know it was a comedy spoof and all this and that, but it makes you kind of think, like, if we did get reparations, what are we really going to use it for? You know what I mean? And there's different type of reparations that we can get. You can get financial reparations, like if they can find if you was linked into any slaves, but that's kind of messed up because a lot of us don't really have too much history as far as like who our elders was when we were brought over here. So I think that's why a lot of the government is kind of like decreasing that and they don't want to, you know what I'm saying, really give it to us. Um, Educational, you know what I'm saying? Would it be reparations where certain black children can automatically get into colleges without having a certain SAT score, pardon me, you know what I mean? Or anything like that, or systematic changes where racial equality, you know, affirmative action, they trying to take that and give it. But I'm more of the type of person where if you work hard for something, then you eventually get it. You know what I mean? But us being black, that's already a strike against us. So I would love to see the reparation thing come forth. I just would like to see where a lot of the money would actually go. You know what I mean? Like, can we start businesses? Can we get business loans? Like right now, we live in a type of society right now where if I owned a house and I was trying to sell it, I probably would have to have my house decorated with white people on the pictures, depending on the area where I'm trying to sell the house. But if you go to a lot of the big cities like New York, Chicago, LA, or Detroit, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, you know what I'm saying? You go to different little cities, you know what I'm saying? You don't see a lot of black home ownership. Everybody is renting, you know what I mean? Which I'm doing too, you know what I'm saying? But nobody really owns a home. And then it comes kind of crazy to when you want to go to these banks and try to get a loan. They look at your financial reasoning, but at the same time, I mean, let's just be real. We seen all type of celebrities that get money, move out the hood, go to these white neighborhoods, and then all of a sudden, the white people over there is still like, yo, you're not supposed to. Why are you over here? Or questioning us just because we don't want to stay in the hood. I mean, if anybody that grew up in the hood, your main objective is to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's each one teach one, but everybody can't be saved, or everybody can't have the same goals and the ambition that somebody has to move or to get out of that neighborhood or get into a better class neighborhood with better schooling and all that. So my thoughts is like just I just want to see like if we was to get black reparations, like what would be the vibe? You know what I'm saying? We can talk about putting it in schools and this and that, but I would hope that a lot of us, if they was to give it to us, or we can prove that we can get reparations, because I think they would try to bullshit us on a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Well, are you really a descendant of a slave, or where's your lineage? Where's your bloodline tied to where your family was from or where they landed at? And a lot of that shit for us, like, it's kind of crazy in America how you can be Irish, Italian, Mexican, you know what I'm saying, etc., Asian, and they have lineage and actual traces of their bloodline way back when. But then when it comes to us, we only got a trace of our bloodline to damn near what, the 40s, the 30s. I mean, let's just be real. I mean, the Asiatic black man has been here. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, when it comes to this American thing, I think a lot of us don't have a real trail history on where our bloodline comes from and where it lies from. So if they was to give us reparations, I think it would be kind of crazy with them trying to prove that they can trace your lineage back to where they feel like you should get something. Like they played the slaves back then. They never gave us our 40 acres and a mule. You know? So now it's like, since we're coming and there's been a lot more chit chatter talk about us getting reparations, I feel like the call for reparations has gained momentum in the recent years. So I'm thinking it might come about. But my thing is, I want to know from the people, what do you think would be the first thing that we need to go ahead and start doing if they was to give us to that? Now, if they give it to us individually, I think a lot of us would be like, yo, we gonna get out of debt. We gonna pay some bills. We gonna try to move on. You know what I mean? And just get stuff flowing right. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself out of debt. But then, can we as black people in America build some type of wealth where we can build generational wealth? That's the thing I want to hear. I don't want to hear about no bullshit. If we ever was to get reparations, I don't want to see our people just going out there buying these whips, buying these cars, buying this jewelry, buying these clothes. Like, you're buying shit that doesn't really have no appreciative value to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. We all gotta die one day. You can't take that shit with you. You should be trying to build something to the fact where your kids, your grandkids, and they kids can eat off something. I mean, that's how America was built. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these white people, you know what I'm saying, have generational wealth where they might have been able to pass down a business. They might have been able to pass down, you know, a lot of money to start a business or anything of that. It's not too many of us that even got that type of, you know what I'm saying, generational wealth to where we can build it. So I'm hoping if they was to give us, reparations, I would hope we would do the right shit that we need to do. And not just go spend crazy and just go ahead and just buy bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Or shit that really doesn't hold no value to what the bigger picture is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a nigga too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, it's bigger than us. I think it's about time for us as black people to really wake up and start looking at what we really need to do to set our family, children, and everything else up. You know what I'm saying? Generational wealth is the key. You know what I'm saying? That's the word that I want to hear. We almost out of 2025, but for 2026, generational wealth should be the word for black people in America. Hands down. You know what I mean? So, you know, this is my first little vibe. I'm going to keep giving other little episodes about, you know, what black America needs to do. But at the same time, let me know something. Throw something in the comments. Let me know what y'all truly think. Am I right or am I wrong for thinking like this? Because it's getting to a point where it's so much political stuff that's going on. Where do we stand? You know what I mean? How many black people are conservatives? How many black people are liberals? You know what I'm saying? Where do we stand with the politics? I know a lot of niggas don't want to get involved with the politics shit, But at the same time, like what's I mean, you have no choice. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got kids. If you got kids, you ain't got no choice but to be involved in politics. The schooling. You know what I'm saying? What can be done with that? You know what I'm saying? Are we, it's a lot of stuff that us as black people need to wake up and see. So just let me know. You know what I'm saying? How you feel, what you feel about it, and leave it in the comments. Like I said, this is Insane Lex. I'm gonna be giving vids on all type of topics that I want to talk about to see if anybody wanna, draw on it. But it's time for us to wake the fuck up. 2026 should be generational wealth, and that's all I'm trying to hear. So on that note, peace and love. Yo, once again, Insane Lex. Yo, to all my niggas, black Americans, however you want to put it, how many of y'all conservative or liberal? And for my niggas who don't know what that is, y'all probably got iPhones, just go ahead and look it up. But I will say this. I like views on both sides as far as conservative and liberal. The conservative part, they oppose, gay marriage. You know what I'm saying? And I do have a problem, like, everybody can find love the way they want to find love. If you gay, that's you. That's your business. That's your personal life. But I will say, I've noticed over the years that they keep pushing a lot of this LGBTQ agenda towards the kids. And I do feel like that's wrong. You shouldn't be pushing no homosexuality. You shouldn't be pushing sexuality on kids regardless. I think sexuality and a child finding their self is between them and their parents and what their parents teach them. I don't believe that we should be having cartoons and all this and that, having so-called different, well, how they kind of call it, like, different people. And I don't think kids should be exposed to that. I think kids should find out about that naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in my 40s. So I can recall even in high school, if a dude or a girl was gay, they kept it a secret. Like you had some that came out the closet, you know what I'm saying? Because they was confident on who they was to come out the closet. But then you had some that was still trying to hide it. You know what I mean? So, but even back then in those days, in the 90s, you didn't see homosexuality being pushed so much as far as like, yo, this is what it is. This is what it needs to be. Like, you should learn this and that. Now, as far as with the transgender thing, as far as them playing sports, I totally disagree with that. Like, I don't think you could take a Mike Tyson, and then if Mike Tyson decided he wanted to be a girl and wanted to fight in women's boxing, I'm totally against that. That's still a man. He still has the body of a man. He still has the aura, the energy, you know what I'm saying? The testosterone, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still in him. That's still a man. I didn't agree with that. You know what I mean? And then I know I'm probably gonna catch a little bit of slack because of this, because I'm gonna have to go to the old President Obama. I feel like his whole campaign was more pushed towards that community because the Democrats made it seem like he went for that. You know what I'm saying? I've never really seen no Republican go for gay marriage. I have gay family members. I have nothing against them. That's their business. And I still love them and respect them as well. But then at the same time, though, that seems to be a big debate. The only debate I have is them pushing that agenda on kids. I feel like if you have kids, your kids should be taught by their parents, not by something that's being taught in school. You know what I mean? And I totally oppose that, especially when it comes to sexuality with kids, because you never know what that kid has been through. So if you're pushing this agenda for little boys to dress like girls and saying it's okay, hell no. I'm a heterosexual man. I have a son. I wouldn't want him seeing that shit in school. I would snap. That would piss me the fuck off. And then just where I have daughters too, if they was trying to push the same agenda on little girls. Oh yeah, it's okay for you to talk to another girl, or it's okay for you to, this and that. Like, I'm for, as a parent, you teach your children what you want them to be taught as far as your upbringing and how they're raised in your household. Other than that, I don't know. Like, to have the government, and it's, Obama and a lot of them Democrats, if you look at most of that political power that they had when Obama first got in office, it pretty much had unions and the LGBT community really backing him up. And to be honest, just his recent statements talking about he had a gay professor and that opened them up to certain stuff. I feel like as black men, this homosexuality thing is being pushed on us like very heavily. Like, we're supposed to be like, I don't know, like they're just pushing the agenda. Like, even on, like, you got more, like I said, I have no problem with them. I just have a problem with what they're promoting as far as like identity. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, we went so long with just being outcast and labeled as the thug, the street dealer, the rapper, the urban, criminal, or how they would put it. You know what I mean? Now I think they're trying to push an agenda that a lot of black men are just being homophobic. And I'm not, it's a lot of black men that ain't homophobic. But when you keep trying to push that issue on kids, I feel like that's totally wrong. You know what I mean? So yes, I agree with a lot of the conservatives' views. Now, I do agree with some liberal views though too. We need free healthcare. Everywhere else got it, but here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should get free healthcare. Like, you should be able to go to the doctor when you need to. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at how much we have to pay a month just to keep decent insurance, it's almost getting to the point like you go anywhere else. I know Canada, like it's free. Like, they pay for you to go to the doctor. Like, if you ain't got a car or got a way to get there, they'll pay for you a way to get there. And, it's just certain things, but it's a lot of stuff going on political. But I just want to know for a fact, before I kind of get off subject, my black people, where y'all at? How many agree with being conservative or liberal? That's what I really want to know. From hood niggas to corporate niggas to just niggas in general, black people, however you want to be identified as. How many of y'all go more with conservative views and how many of y'all go more with liberal? And if you can, in the comments, throw something and give me reasons why you could go with both, or you could just only side with one. Insane Lex, peace and love. Yo, what it do? Insane Lex again, back here with you again. And I feel like, the other videos, I got a little bit more in depth with the Black reparations, and I wanted to see and feel how many black people consider themselves conservative or liberal, and what ideas they views and what they wants. But now it's time to get a little niggerish a little bit. It's time to get a little bit ghetto. I want to make this a public service announcement. If you are, can I go 35? Can I say 35? No, I'm gonna say 30 and up to my brothers. If you 30 and up, and this is real fucked up for you if you in your 40s. 30 and up. You brothers need to make sure y'all names is on that motherfucking lease. You niggas, hold on. I don't understand how some of you niggas could be living with a chick. Let's just say it's your baby mama, or you and a chick decide y'all gonna live together and help each other out. But what makes you think that you're good there and your name is not on the lease? If any argument, and I want to make sure this video goes out. I want niggas to really hear me on this. Like, I need I need niggas to really pay attention to this video and listen to what I'm saying. You know what I mean? If you living with a girl, make sure your name is on that lease, bruh. Wintertime is coming up. We about here. It's October. No man wants to be out or get kicked out in the cold. Just be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see how niggas is comfortable with living with girls knowing you not working, you ain't got no full income. Now, shout out to my brothers who, you know what I'm saying, who probably living with a chick, they working, they doing what they supposed to do. But things just not clicking right. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing brothers who, you know, these sisters is out here playing niggas. Like, there ain't no lie, they playing the shit out of niggas. You know what I'm saying? You living with a chick, you working, you dropping half on the bills and this and that. You worrying about, you know what I'm saying, kids that might not be yours. I can't even front, brother. Like, yo, smarten up, tighten up. Is too many of y'all getting kicked out. You know what I mean? Because I know where I'm at in the Midwest in Wisconsin, if the pigs get called to y'all place, if the pigs get called to y'all place, if your name is not on that lease, they're going to be like, you got to go. You got to go. Can't take none of that TV that you probably brought, none of that shit, nigga. Your name ain't on that lease. You got to get the fuck up out of here. Point blank and serious. So, to see so many niggas go through that, I mean, look, I ain't living the best, but shit, I can at least say, like, I got somewhere to sleep tonight. I cannot be one of them niggas who just wake up and your chick, like, getting into an argument, whatever. But you brothers need to make sure y'all name is on the lease. It's 2025 coming into 2026. Key word for my niggas 30 and up. Y'all names need to be on the lease. Quit trusting that shit. She not gonna hold you down like that. You need to, if you, get your own, bro. Get your fucking own. Do not trust that shit, because there's too many niggas out here that's already hitting they boys up like, yo, bro, like, I ain't never asked no other man this, bro. But, man, can a nigga, you know what I'm saying, I need to, you know what I'm saying, I need a place to crash, bro. And then you might have to be that nigga to be like, well, bro, you grown as hell. And, no. You going to have to figure that one out on your own, bro. You going to have to, you know what I mean? Gotta wise up and be a little bit more smarter out here dealing with these chicks, bro. Because y'all niggas is getting homeless, jobless. It's just fucked up out here. But remember that, though. You know what I'm saying? Take that little advice I gave you and you hold that down. You know what I'm saying? Insane Lex. Peace and love. Yo, Midwest Talk, Midwest Influence Fitness. It's your boy Insane Lex. Fuck with me, YouTube and Instagram. Holla.